Hello there. So I got an idea to do something. So obviously I'm a fan of NASCAR. I like to watch it. And the 2025 season's been going on for a while, but I never really talked about the drivers and I hardly state my opinion or how I feel about drivers or who I root for. Other than this guy, I think the name of the channel gives it all away. This man, definitely one of my favorite drivers. But how about I go through the rest of these guys and tell you what I think of them and see how we differentiate or relate to one another. Let's try and let's try and sort this out in numerical order. I should have done this earlier. Actually, no, just screw that. We'll go for a random driver. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Okay, Eric Jones. Eric Jones, he's an okay driver. I teetered with the I like him, but it's just like I don't know. I used to like him for a long while, but now I just think it's like, he's there. I can bear with him being there. Okay, let's see. How about we go Ty Gibbs? I don't like Ty Gibbs. Part of me just I don't feel well with him. Like I'm sure later in the future that will change, but as of right now, I'm not a fan of him. Michael McDowell. Michael McDowell is one of my favorite drivers. I'm not exactly 100% sure why, but through the past few years, I've grown on McDowell strongly, and I root for him being the underdog he is. The one of the last few drivers to have run before the 2010s. It's it's good to see a guy like him still race and perform well with the equipment he has. Not that the equipment he has is terrible. It's just it doesn't exactly run up in front. It's not exactly what you consider front runner. But I'm glad he still has a ride, and I'm glad he's still performing really well in it. Chase Elliott. I like Chase Elliott. I don't talk about him much in races. I just see him and I occasionally glance at him. He's very consistent. I'll give him that. I feel like him and Byron would be on a tear if the Winston format was still a thing. But it's not. And wins matter. Wins are everything nowadays. But I like Chase Elliott. Okay, Kyle Busch. I'm okay with Kyle Busch. I used to hate him for the longest time, but over the past few years I've grown on him and he's okay. That's pretty much all I have to say there. Maybe I don't know. I would put Bush and I like him, but there's still a few things where it's just like, I don't know. He's okay. This I'm refraining from saying very not nice words. I despise him. I despise him. I despise him. After 2024, I should be blaming the system, which I am, but this man, he drives me insane. It's just, I don't like him. I do not like him at all. Every time I see him up front, I'm like groaning and just like, come on, really. Out of all the people in the field, like I really do not like Logano. Josh Berry, Penske-esque driver on the other hand, I like him. He's a really good guy. It's nice to see him after 2024, Stuart Haas closing down, not exactly having a great season. Seeing Josh Berry perform well with the Wood brothers. Like a lot of people I feel like had him marked off. Like maybe a super speedway winner, but lo and behold, come to Las Vegas, he wins. And he's really good, I feel like. It's just he hasn't been able to put a race together without getting screwed over by something. But I like him. Josh Berry's a good guy. I like him. Let's see. How about Ryan Preece? Ryan Preece, to me, I would put him in I like him, but he has grown to one of my favorites. He was my favorite driver for a long, long time, but then he quit, and then he just kind of disappeared. And now he's got an opportunity with a team that actually performs well, and he's doing very good, despite all the hiccups at super speedways like flipping at Daytona, crashing at Atlanta, getting disqualified at Talladega. Like, he's really good. I'm rooting for this guy. I am rooting for him. Almost week in, week out. Like, I really like him. He's one of my favorites. Same goes for Jimmy, even though he hardly races now. Jimmy's always been a favorite, always has, always will be. An absolute legend. I watched him race whenever I grew up. It's just incredible to see him still occasionally make races. And the team he has, the team he helps out with, Legacy Motor Club, they struggled for the longest time, and now they're finally starting to gain ground. Nemechek still in the playoff bubble battle, I'm pretty sure. He's got 2 back-to-back top 6 finishes, which is really impressive, I feel like. The whole team's starting to find ground, and I'm happy for that. And, well, speaking of John Hunter Nemechek, let's go ahead and put him, and I like him. I would put him in okay, but the stuff he's shown this season so far, like, he's good. And it's incredible to see him run well with this roller coaster career. And you can't just say he's especially with that freaking career he's had and how he's still fighting despite all odds, being bounced around everywhere in every series you could possibly think of. Like, it's just incredible. Austin Dillon, I don't like him. I don't like him. I don't like the fact that he's been around in the sport for this long, has done hardly anything. All of his wins are as Mickey as can be, and he's still hoisting that number 3. You could have given it to just about anybody else more deserving, aside from people like Cody Wurr, and they would perform much better. And it's just like, no, just keep the 3 in because he's the grandson of Richard Childress. I don't like him. While we're talking about Dillon brothers, how about we do Ty Dillon? Ty Dillon, I like Ty Dillon. He's an underdog I've rooted for a long, long time. And I'm glad to see him still get rides. Other people aren't, and I understand that. But I just like Ty Dillon. I like an Ellie Productions nepotism video. I like that he split from Richard Childress Racing and went his own path. I like that he did that. I like that he didn't just get everything in the Cup Series and actually went to different people. Other people may not be happy about him being in the Cup Series and still having a ride, but he's doing fairly decent, I feel like. And I just like seeing him out on track, giving him the opportunities to do this stuff. Especially with being someone like Richard Childress' grandson and not going to his team and still hanging on. Let's see here. The 33. I'm not sure who's ran the 33. I wish there was another. I'm just going to put them. I don't know. I'm just going to leave the ones I don't know here. I believe this is a mixture of BJ McLeod and Catherine Legg. Look, let's just put the part-time guys that have a ton of drivers or haven't ran yet down here to make life easier. Okay, we should be good. Austin Cindric. Austin Cindric's okay. Like, I'll root for him at times, but most of the time I just watch him. I don't really have anything negative or positive to say. It's just like, okay. Noah Gragson, he's the same thing. Now, I probably don't pay a lot of attention to Noah Gragson, and y'all are like, well, Noah Gragson, he's a really good... Now, I believe you, but it's just like, I don't know. Noah Gregson's okay with me. I don't really pay attention to Gragson much. I know he's a real personality guy, and I'll give him some points for that, but he's just okay. Now, Hamlin, I like him. Now, I know you're thinking, holy crap, a Chastain fan that actually likes Hamlin. Yeah, I know, you never thought you'd see the day. I never thought either. But Hamlin, despite all the run-ins with Chastain, like, I really like him. You can't deny, even with all this crap he's doing with the villain arc stuff, like, it's really good. You can't deny this is a good driver. This is a good career. This is one bound for the Hall of Fame. Like, he's a really good guy. He's in his mid-40s and still easily getting multi-win seasons and deep playoff runs like it's nothing. A lot of the other guys nowadays can't do that with these next-gen cars. Hamlin's still able to do that. And it's incredible to watch him, a guy as old as him, perform as well as he does. So I really like Hamlin. I do. Ryan Blaney, I feel the same way. I was iffy for Blaney. I was iffy with Blaney for quite a while, but Blaney, he's a really good guy. He performs well. I wish he had more luck. I feel like he could at least be sitting at 3 wins right now, but because of a bunch of crap that's happened, he isn't in that spot. At least he has that win from Nashville. That's a good thing. Blaney's just a good guy. He's a guy I can get behind and root for. Oh, you go back there. AJ Allmendinger. I like Allmendinger too. Oh, Christ. Pardon me. Allmendinger, I've rooted for him on the road courses for a long, long time. Ever since he was back driving the JTG Daughtery number 47 machine. He's a really good guy. And he's, once again, one of the very few drivers to still be racing in the Cup Series full time. And have raced before 2010s. He's just a nice guy to root for, I feel like. And seeing him win and get so hyped, that kind of reminds me of myself. Like, I get hyped when I win at something. It's incredible. I like seeing him win. It tugs on my heartstrings. And that's not something that happens quite often. But I like Allmendinger. Good Lord. Pardon my voice cracking or doing whatever at times. I was doing a stupid, scraggly voice earlier, and now my throat's hating me for it. Chris Buescher, the Wheaties man. Prosper, Texas, population of 30,000. I like him. For the longest time, he was a back marker, maybe an underdog, but RFK's come to life, and so is he. You just give him good equipment, he runs well, and he seems like a good guy to root for. He won't mind bending some fenders, banging fenders, putting the bumper, but it's not like overkill. It's good. He's a good guy. I can get behind him. I can root for him. Chase Briscoe, I'm teetering with I like him, but I'm going to put him in okay for now. Briscoe, he's kind of had a career, I feel like, for the most part. He got the win in Phoenix in 22. Didn't get anything in 23, then got the incredible Darlington win in 24 for the closing Stewart-Haas. That was a feel-good story. And then, not too long ago, he got that win in Pocono, saving fuel. But, I don't know, I just haven't been paying much attention to Briscoe. Like, I can occasionally root for him, but I don't do much with him. I just watch, like I do Cindric. All right, Christopher Bell. Christopher Bell, I like him. He's a really good guy to root for out on the track. He's pretty good nearly every week. Maybe he has an off week here and there, but he's still an incredibly fast and talented guy. Bubba Wallace, I like Bubba Wallace. I feel like Bubba Wallace is doing really well. It's obviously the Pocono incident. It didn't help him out with his points bubble. But for a guy who hasn't won yet, he's doing really good. He is dangerously consistent. I'd say I wouldn't say maybe Chase Elliott. I'd say like Christopher Bell. He's at Christopher Bell levels of consistency, where he finishes in the top 10, top 5 very, very often, but then has a few off weeks. Kind of like Christopher Bell almost. And I like him. I can root for him. William Byron is another I like him. It's basically the same story with Bell and Wallace. He's good, has a few fall-offs, but he's a guy I can get behind and root for in races. Speaking of Hendrick guys, Kyle Larson, absolutely one of my favorite drivers. He is a very fast guy, and I feel like if it wasn't for the Gen 7 car being a thing, he would be smoking the field right now. Kyle Larson is very fast, dangerously fast. He's extremely good. He's just incredible. He's an incredible guy to root for. Week in, week out, he's always a pick to win, except maybe on the super speedways, because like Ryan Preece, you can't catch a break. But other than that, he is the man to root for. Todd Gilliland. Todd Gilliland is okay. If it wasn't for this season so far, and I feel like him sort of losing his marbles, I'd put him in I like him. But with how he's been going, how he's been doing so far this season, it's just, I can't say I like him. It seems like he's kind of lost his ground ever since McDowell's left. It's just like, I can't say I like him. He's just okay. Riley Herbst, he does not deserve that cup ride. I will tell you that right now. The fact that he got the cup ride after all the tomfoolery we've seen, especially after Mexico City and that near T-bone merge with Ricky Stenhouse Jr., that is disgusting. I just cannot stand Herbst being in that 35 machine. Now, maybe he could move up to, okay, or I don't like him if he performs well and gets his head straight. But as of right now, I just see him as another guy with big funding, big sponsors, wasting another cup ride for someone else who has potential. Zane Smith's okay. I don't have much to say about him. I don't really pay attention to him much. He's just there. I may acknowledge him here and there, but I really don't pay much attention to him. Cole Custer, he's okay as well. Sort of the same story with Zane Smith. I don't exactly pay much attention to him. If he were in the Xfinity Series, it would be much different. But when he's in the Cup Series, he's, I know he's definitely not having a good season, but he's okay, I feel like, for the most part. Tyler Reddick, I like Tyler Reddick. He's a really nice, fast driver. You can get behind him occasionally, every week. What am I saying? You could get behind him fairly often. Like, so far this year, it hasn't been great for Reddick. It seems like he's kind of lost his ground. He's trying to find it again. I'd have to hope he finds it soon, but he's a good guy to get behind. You can root for him fairly often, and he's fast. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Stenhouse is okay. He's kind of been the guy who's teetered around the list the most. I've liked him at times. I've despised him. I haven't liked him. He's never been my favorite, but he's came close at times. Stenhouse is just okay. Alex Bowman. Alex Bowman is also, I'll put him in I like him. I feel like I'm hassling on Bowman too much, and this is my honest opinion. I think Bowman, I like him. I feel like he's somewhat overshadowed at times too much of being the fourth Hendrick driver. That's probably going to be an unpopular opinion, but I think there is no fourth Hendrick driver. I think they all perform well. They just each have their off years. Like Elliott in 23, Larson in 22, let's say Byron in 24. Like, every one of them has their off years. I'd say all of them are really good. If they just had everything go right, then there wouldn't be an argument about a fourth Hendrick driver. I like Bowman. He's a really good guy. He performs decently, just like the rest of the group. He's good. You can get behind him. This man, despise him. I do not like him. If there's one thing I cannot stand, it's a guy with criminal charges being allowed. It's a nepotistic baby with criminal charges. The Arby's eating, wife beating, last in race, pace, and place, always snoozing, never achieving anything, embodiment of Lance Stroll. Someone like him still being allowed in the sport after what he's done and still doing jack squat, I cannot stand it. I cannot stand Cody Ware. I cannot stand that he's still in the Cup Series. I just cannot. I don't care what he's done to get back up here. I do not like him. I don't like him at all. Brad Keselowski, I like Brad Keselowski. If you go back 2 or 3 years, he'd be right here. But as of right now, I like him. He's a good guy. Now, while he's having a horrible season, yeah, he's definitely having a horrible season, but he's still a really good guy to get behind nowadays. Helping out with RFK Racing, making sure him and Priest and Busher have fast cars week in, week out, because I feel like Atlanta, maybe Daytona, I don't know. There's a few tracks I think he could get to lock himself into the playoffs, but right now he's prioritizing on making sure Buescher and Priest are as fast as they can possibly be to gain as many points because they're both in the playoff bubble battle right now. They are extremely tight in the playoff bubble battle. And I just like that. You can get behind them. Carson Hocevar, I'm going to put him in okay. He's a really fast guy. Don't get me wrong. He's good. I feel like he's got some personality, but you can't just get put in I like him whenever you're cocky and get into guys. It's just, he's okay. Justin Haley's also okay. Another one of those instances where, like, I'll watch him occasionally, but I don't pay too much attention. Champagne Gisbergen's also okay. Only time I really paid much attention to him so far is in Mexico City, where he absolutely mopped the floor, aside from Gibby. And finally, Daniel Suarez. I like Daniel Suarez. The man from Monterrey, Mexico. Like, it's just good to see someone out from the United States racing, trying out new waters for the Cup Series, and still staying this long. Like, I just like them. And none of these guys qualify because because they're part-time guys. And they have like a million different drivers. So, there you have it. There's the tier list of my 2025 drivers and what I have to say for them. If you'd like, leave down in the comments what you think, what you have on your opinions for these drivers. And I appreciate you watching. Good night.